going on, everybody, and welcome to part 16 of my playthrough for Plants vs. Zombies. In the last episode, we had made our first approach to the night yard slash backyard fog area. So essentially, it's the backyard night style, but we have fog. And the fog is actually, it might not seem like a big factor, but it really is, and it is the biggest field factor in this game that really messes me up. I have the most trouble with fog out of any stage we'll ever play in. It really just throws me off, because I'm used to seeing zombies coming way ahead of time. We also met a new Jack-in-the-Box zombie that I pointed out, and they're probably one of my most weary zombies. I mean, just look at it, it's creepy. And you can hear when they're coming because they play that creepy Jack-in-the-Box song. We also acquired some new plants, one that I showed off and one that I did not. The Plantern is actually more useful than you might think. At first I thought it was going to be dumb, but then I realized how useful it actually is. And it has other functions in other minigames too, but I'll get to those when we get there. So, since it is night, we have to roll with a couple of shrooms, because that's how we do things, right? Plus, you don't get to use shrooms as much as I'd like. Use you. We need that, because we're also doing pool. I think this is the hardest. It just has everything. We got the backyard, the pool, god, everything is just, it makes it very difficult. But I like that. The challenge is a good thing. So let's not waste any more time here. I pretty much know what I want, except that I wanted spikeweed. You know what? I'm going to put that back and take that out, and I'm gonna, I think we'll be okay. Let's rock. Ooh. Okay, so first things first, throw these guys out. Might as well. We don't need this immediately, and someone did ask before if in case it wasn't evident, you can plant plants in the fog area, but it's kind of a blind plant. Maybe if you're really good, you can be like, okay, if I use a trajectory of my prior knowledge of the screen, or if you like tape your screen so you know where the squares are, then maybe you could plant them in the correct areas you want them to be. But it's really difficult for me because I've tried doing that and I end up planting them in the wrong areas, and that screws me over. But as for if you have the puff shrooms, just throw those out. They're free, they recharge really fast. Just toss them out there. That's what they're for. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to stall the zombies pretty much, and they can kill quite a few of them. They're to get you started. That's what all these plants are. Most of these plants, like the sun shroom, the puff shroom, they're just to get you started, and then it kind of eases you into the bigger game. It's kind of like a little bit of pre-planning. I like what they did. If you look at it, they really did think this out. It makes things go slower, but if the whole game was like this, where we were using slow little sun mushrooms, the game would be boring. So they started out slow, but you steadily get into it. So now that I actually have a kind of decent lineup here, I'm going to throw down one more of these guys, and I'm going to throw out our first planter. I like to throw it right about here, and that's where I wanted it, 2 blocks away from the sidewalk where the zombies come in. This is kind of as good as you can get. It pretty much lights up, I think, a 6x6 area. So if you put each of them here and here, you're set. I think you can put them in the water too and still be fine, but I don't like to do that because they're more vulnerable in the water and it takes more sun to get them really set up. And a good idea is to put a walnut right in front of them. We're going to get something later on that I prefer to put with them. It makes like some things, in this game, some of the plants just go together like peanut butter and jelly. Walnuts and planters kind of go more like peanut butter and fluff. It's good, but not as good as peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? I hope you know what I'm saying, because otherwise I'm making weird analogies. Yeah, but I think what you really want here, actually, I really should have put him down here. I need to put that there so I can get some fire on that guy. That's kind of why I wanted spikeweed, so I could have these guys here so they couldn't just get a free reign on eating this. But, there we go. Get him right here. Let's see. I think I want to throw him here. And I should, oh wow, I haven't put out one of these. Not as bad as my last video. I think my last video I was doing so bad. I was like, forgetting everything I needed to do, pretty much. So we'll try and not rinse and repeat that, right? After this guy's dead, I'm going to throw out a planter in there so I can kind of see. I just hate not being able to see what I'm doing. It's a blind move, and I just don't like it. Take him. Oh, come on, take him down. There we go. And now I can line this up and see exactly where he'll go. So that's perfect. And back him up immediately with that. And I'll put a second one here, just I really don't want them getting over there. And now we got more of these guys. And usually I would put down, the lily pad here and stuff, but really I didn't need to get more sun shrooms out here, but I really didn't need to, as you could obviously tell. And he's gonna get eaten, but I think yeah, there we go. I'd rather not lose him, because they take a little bit longer to charge, so it makes all the difference, not in the world, but all the difference between The difference between having a puff shroom in 2 seconds and the difference between having a puff shroom in like 10 seconds. In a game like this, it makes a difference. Better to have things now as opposed to later, unless you really can hold it off. Yeah, we don't really need to throw one of them down. Get more of these out, back those guys up. And yeah, we can really go on like this. Like I said, you could save up enough sun and then, you know, get to the bigger plants, like the better shooting plants, but we really, like for this, I don't think we need to. I don't think the night yard, backyard, slash fog area, that's forever its name, night yard, backyard, slash fog area, is really difficult per se. It's just, it's a twist, and if you're not prepared for it, you will get badly maimed. Which is kind of how games like this go. You need to kind of prepare, pre-plan. And yeah, other than that, it's pretty much the same thing as the night level. There's not a lot of advice. And of course, never do you need to do things the way I'm doing them. Experiment, have fun, do your own thing. But yeah, totally, do things your own way. More of these guys out. Clickety-click, click. It's a very click-heavy game. I mean, I could, I guess, with all the sun I have, I really could just walk away, and I'd probably come out victorious, but that's okay. I like clicking. Clicking is good. Or is that touching is good? Am I quoting Shogaganra again? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You don't really know. It's like, gosh, man, do you have any original content? And yes, I do, somewhere. It's out there. Crap, we need to stop him right there. I really don't want him anywhere near my plants. Okay, it freaks me out, man. And yeah, I guess I could, like, well, we're gonna need a plant there, too. Putting a plant here, I think, would be just as good as putting it there, or maybe even putting it one back, you'd be okay. I just like to have, I think it's a 6x6 area, I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. I've never actually tested, because I've always just put them right about there. And he's gonna get to him. No, no, no! Okay. I'm gonna put that there to stall. And gotta put that there to stall. Take him. Where is he? Okay. I'm out of stall options. Temporary stall. Oh, gee. Okay. As long as we knock his head off, everything's fine. Because then he can't eat zombies, and he can't play his little... What is that thing called? What is that thing called? I mean, like, it's a thing you see, like, the tamers or charmers with their monkeys who play the little box, but... Is it a music box? What is it called? If anyone knows, let me know. I think it probably is called a Jack-in-the-Box, hence their name, the Jack-in-the-Box zombies, but... I'm actually not sure. Uh-oh. We got football zombies. And that's what we got you for. Boink, boink. Yeah. What you know about that? I'm gonna put this here as a stalling tactic. Not a very good stalling tactic, but we're at the end of the level, so even if we lose this, it's not a big deal. It's really not. Take him out, guys. You know, this is the part of the level where I start picking up sun, and I don't really need to, and I just waste your time, and we're moving on. Don't worry about it. Cactus. For some reason I was expecting something clever, weren't you? That's okay, because the cactus is actually a pretty good plant. It's a pretty good plant, really. It only costs 125 sun, but I think it's more powerful than a pea shooter. Don't quote me on that, but it's at least on par with the pea shooter's power. I'm pretty sure. And what it can do, it has actually quite a few uses to it, in my opinion. Well, not my opinion, that's kind of the way it is, but the description of the plant is shoots spikes that can pop balloons. Is that looming towards something? Who knows? We may never find out. Oh, look at that. Balloon zombies. What are the odds? We'd get something we needed right before we met a zombie. Usually it's the other way around in this game. We find a problem, and then we get a solution. This time they give us a little bit of warning, but without showing us why we need it. So, you're probably going to want it. There's a pretty safe bet you're going to want it. So, wasting no time, we're probably going to run a very similar setup, except I'm not going to use security shrooms. I'm going to use cactus, which is a little bit of a gamble, but that's okay. I'm a gambling kind of guy. You, and we're going to really want walnuts. And we're all set. Now, the balloon zombies, we're going to see them in just a minute, and they're a type of zombie that I find to be very annoying. It's a kind of zombie that kind of just runs by your defenses, Just it's not like the standard zombie. There's quite a few zombies like that that can just blow by your defenses, and it completely renders you feeling helpless. Like, you've just spent all this time setting up a defense, building up sun, getting some good plants out there, and these zombies can either fly, jump, or crawl underneath your defenses, and it's just like, oh man, like, what do I do now? There are plenty of plants in the game that either their primary function is to counter these zombies, or there's a plant in the game with a primary function like normal plants, but also has a secondary function to counter these said zombies that I'm talking about. We've already kind of met one of them, the pole vaulting zombie, but they're easily stopped because they don't have that much health. They have to get to a plant first before they can do anything, and they go back to being a regular zombie. It's kind of hard. They were like the intro to zombies like this, but this is the first real zombie like this I'm going to say that we're really meeting, because balloon zombies, what they do is you'll be able to hear them too. Pretty much any kind of special zombie, if you will, kind of gives off a distinct noise. This is why you should always play with game volume, kids. Don't be like my friend John. Don't not play with volume, because more often than not they put the volume in more nowadays for not just your entertainment, but like to actually aid you in the game. Because when a balloon zombie comes up, and I'll be sure to cue it, they make a distinct, like, kind of like a helium, filling a balloon noise. It's very distinct. You'll hear it. You can't miss it. And it's not something you want to hear, especially when you can't see it coming ahead of time, because balloon zombies can fly over the shots of any plants we have on the field right now. The only thing we currently have to hit them with, to my knowledge, is the cactus plant. And that's not, that's not really good, because they're kind of expensive to get out at night, like I said. Oh, come on, take him out. Oh no. Alright. So we'll put the cactus down right now. I'm just gonna check right now. I think they might be weaker than a pea shooter. No, I think they're right on par with pea shooter's power, if not a little bit weak, which would make sense. But they do have a secondary function. So now, pretty much, we're gonna almost always want these guys when there's balloon zombies. So balloon zombies, like I said, right now they can fly over everything. You hear that noise? Did you hear it right then? That's not something you want to hear. That's really not something you want to hear. I don't exactly know. Oh no, he's in the middle. Okay, we're gonna have enough sun. Right here, throw a cactus down. He goes up, shoots it down. Very cool. And then it becomes a very weak and slow zombie. So now it's not anything to worry about. But if we did not have these, he would fly directly over here and trigger our lawnmower. How the lawnmower mows down a zombie that our plants could not get to earlier, beyond me. But, you can't fight the zombies like that. The game, the logic, the man. However you want to look at it. So I like to get these guys out as fast as possible. Usually, it's not very often that a balloon zombie comes down the water lane. I don't think that ever happens at all, but just to be safe, I'm going to put cactus down here too. But more likely, you want to kind of cover your lawn areas first, as opposed to the pool. And now that we have these guys here, as long as they don't get eaten, yeah, I think they might have a little bit. Yeah, because the pea shooter would have taken one down by now. Uh-oh. Oh man. Yeah, see, this is why I didn't get the lanterns out quick enough. Oh, he took him out. Okay, I'm very proud of that. Proving me wrong. There we go. That there's precautionary. This out here. Kind of step out of the level. Like with anything, if you're multitasking and doing commentary over something, talking, doing anything like that, it kind of throws you off a little bit. See, I'm pretty sure. Okay, he's got to be down here. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, look at that. There's one down there. But luckily we've got a little thing set for him. Poof. And I'm pretty sure he drowns in the water because he doesn't have a pool float, so that's actually really useful. One less zombie to worry about. But okay, now that I know that they actually come down there. I wasn't sure about that before, but now I know for sure. And what are we gonna do about these guys? Let's turn him on him. And you on there. And jeez, bad time to think about it, but I'm just thinking this is probably the first, like, playthrough Let's Play video I've done for 2012. By the way, it's 2012 now. Yeah, and actually the thing is, like, even though my videos are kind of far in between, they're usually up the day they're done. The day, or, like, 1 or 2 days within the range. I don't, like, pre-record a lot of stuff. Not usually. I'd like to do that, but typically I can't. Either because of, a combination between being tired, having to do stuff, not wanting to record, wanting to do other stuff. It's a big combination. But, it's completely irrelevant. But just thought I'd say, happy 2012. Blover. Blover. if dirty thoughts come into your mind when you hear blowover, I don't blame you. You're about as mature as I am. But it blows away all balloon zombies and fog. So this is probably one of my least favorite plants based on how useless it is. But saying useless implies that it doesn't have any use at all, because it does. But it's just in very very specific situations, like the night yard, backyard, fog/place, when there are balloon zombies in the air. Because even though, as you'll see in my next part, it blows away the fog, but it doesn't completely blow away the fog. You'll see what I mean. It's a little bit of a disappointment, but kind of makes sense. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to end things off right now. So in the next episode, we can pick things up with some of my favorite zombies. The Balloon Zombie, the Dolphin Rider, and all the Jack-in-the-Boxes in here. We'd have the complete set of my least favorite zombies. So yeah, next episode we'll get to show off the blowover. Oh god, can't take that seriously. And a few of my other strategies to the night yard, backyard, fog/level. Until then, I thank you for watching the video, and I will catch you guys next time.